Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Two Lakes Duel between TheTeethThief playing as first Lufty Landy, and he's going up against Pick It Up playing as 6Y, a much better division. So we'll cover the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so these are the deck reviews. This is Teeth Thief, and he's playing as first Lufty Landy. Tough div to get right. I mean, the tools don't really synergize together amazingly well. It is a good div, it's just kind of awkward to play. So, let's go through it tab by tab. Honestly, I can't add too much here, because I don't really like the div very much. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 CVs. That's a 2-pointer, okay. And then 2 cards of supply makes sense for this div. I mean, this is 80 points, but for 10 points more you get a forward deployed one. But then this is... well... this is probably the best one if you can afford to wait. Yeah, the movement has been away from forward deployed CVs, driven largely by myself. Just sort of realised they're not worth it, because you can just open with 2 of these, and then you get an extra unit in your opener, because if you open with 2 of these, well then you're... or, you know, 2 of the... well, yeah, this is 180 points and this is 80, so 100 extra points in your opener is 2 of these, for example. Which brings us to this. Now, I used to say you should always bring this 12 per card. It can be nice at the start of the game to just run one down every road and just see if you get through. But when they go off-road, they're kind of garbage. So you can do without them, because you can bring the Lux or something like that instead. So yeah, because they're so slow off-road. Oh, I think wasn't this 45 before? It's not as bad as I thought it was. Oh, it's the mule. Never mind. Hang on. Cracker versus a mule. Very racist game, this. Yeah, it's the mule that it just gets stuck in forest and just runs out of crap. Yeah, the cracker's really not so bad, actually, if you want to bring that. What I will say is you might want to 2-vet it, because do you really need 12 of them? But yeah, it would be nice if they were a bit faster off-road, but at least they're not 40 kilometers an hour. 50 is serviceable, you can live with that. Only 1 card of Panzer Grenadiers in the Marder 1A1s. Okay, I can't say whether or not that's good, because I don't know. I would like a Milan 1, as well as the Milan 2s. Oh, well, actually, you've got 2 cards of... interesting. So, like, do you want this? Or do you want this? Because you've already got a Milan 2. I suppose it's nice to be forward deployed. Interesting. Either way can work, really. It's just about expense. Fauscham, Jaeger, Reservisten are nice for the start of the game, because you're paying 15 points here for the Panzerfaust 3. It can be worth having the Panzerfaust 3s. Because what happens if you come up against T-72s or something? You do have 5 of these, so maybe you don't need them. Satchels. Yeah, 2-vet? I don't know. But you've got these at, 1-vet by default with 12 availability, so that's all good. This one you don't really have a choice with, right? No... oh, I suppose these are your satchels. Really, this squad doesn't synergize well at all, because these can only fire from... this can only fire from far away. They both have to be stationary to shoot. Meanwhile, you've got these satchels. It's very strange. This one makes a lot more sense, frankly. So he's gone for this instead of the Toad one. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it, but the Toad one is a lot better in this case. It even fires and aims faster, so it's kind of hard to justify this. I feel like you have to bring the Toad one, because if they were the same, and it's like you're paying... if this was the 210-point one, I'd get it. But, because it's got like no range and the fire rate's low, right? I think this is a better option. You just have to tow it around everywhere. I know it goes against my usual advice, but the discrepancy here is just so large. Tanks, yeah, I mean, so this is sort of like this. So it's basically, do you want a better gun? Or do you want better anti-infantry and the capacity to survive a Conqueror's M and a swing fire? And potentially a hot 1. And I personally would go for the better anti-infantry. Although, well, both of them are viable candidates. It's just, 10 points cheaper. Oh no, hang on, this... I thought this had a 50 car on it. I'm thinking of the Spanish one. Yeah, whatever, just bring this. Jaguar 2, yep, and then Cracker Milan for the Milan 2. At which point, I really do think you should get rid of this. Do you really... Forward deployed Milan 2. But this one's nice because it comes in the Milan vehicle. This one doesn't come in a Milan vehicle, for whatever reason. Well, whatever, you can do what you want. But it is nice to have a Milan 1 card. So you might want to swap this out for the Milan 1s, because they're just so much cheaper. Right? Just try it, see how you get on. Because the enemy doesn't know which one's flying towards him. It can be nice to get the looks to go around the sides and stuff, but you can do that with this, it's just not as fast. It's a lot cheaper though. DMRs. Wow. We'll see how the sniper unit works. We'll see if that's a good idea. Wouldn't you rather have more Panzerfaust 3s? That's a crazy unit. But it's the same thing where they just don't synergize. At least this makes sense. Like, instead of this, wouldn't you rather have... Because you don't have the regular Fallschirmjäger. Which is fine. But you've only got 5 Panzerfaust 3s, and these guys will die, because you'll buy all of them at the start, and they're a very good unit, or, near the start. I would do it like that, personally. Then we've got the Gepard, which you need. The Cracker at 2 vet, yes, you need that as well. And then Fliegerfaust, which I bring as well. This is only a single gun. You get to choose between the hot... Oh, the hot one's 22. So the hot one, the Leopard one will survive a hot one. It's 23 where the Leopard one dies. That's 9 armor. Although the Belgium Leopard one would die to a hot one. It depends if you know what you're facing. I believe this was just a ranked game, right? I personally think this is a better idea, but this is more spammable, so... But this can one-shot Leopard ones. Ooh, it's interesting. Yeah. I mean, so the LGBT's broke in the last patch, although they just released a hotfix to fix that. This thing... I guess lets you know where the enemies are. It just doesn't. There's no good options here. You can spend 130 points more for a seed which doesn't work properly. Honestly, I understand why he's bringing the ECM one, because it's just so much cheaper. And the seed, if your enemy just puts the cub in a deep forest, it just doesn't shoot it. So stupid. Switching to his opponent, we got Pick It Up, playing 6Y, which is just an astronomically better division than the first Lefty Lefty. So have fun with that. Won't spend too much time on this, because the div makes me angry whenever I see it. But basically, he should get another card of clusters and then a rocket plane to protect... Well, you can use this to protect them, you just fly it in front. But, I mean... Yeah, like, how many tanks do you need, man? Also, he doesn't have the T55As at 2 vet for the early game. He's making a lot of mistakes here. So just, whatever, pick your poison, right? Let's get rid of the ones with less availability. And yeah, you want these at 2 vet for the early game. This can also survive the 30 AP missile, and like it's just better than the T64BB because it's faster. The ATGM's worse, but I don't understand why he's bringing this and not that. And then... Yeah, I would do it like that, basically. I mean, you can have a card of these if you want, but what's the point? I mean, yeah, the ATGM is better, and with the tricking thing, it does matter, right? I'm not sure what the 2 means. It does the same thing. I'm not going through these in order. So 3 cards of supply can make sense, because these have a salvo length of 6, so they drain your supply really fast. Conkers... Lustemjäger, Saperi, BMP one spam, BMP one spam, BMP one spam, BMP one spam. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, you can swap a card of those out for PKM teams, which I would recommend, actually. How many like if the first round of BMP ones doesn't fix it, what's the 10th one gonna do? You can get rid of this, for example. Or you can bring the Luftsturmjäger as well, and you can actually bring them in the rocket one, so you've got more rocket helos. That can also be useful. Recon, yeah, you need these. Yeah, at Nova, so it can spam. This has more DPS than an autocannon for no particular reason. I mean, $4 is just if you're sort of like, so if you're good at the game, you don't need more than $2 in a 1v1. And that allows you to bring this, which is very good anti-infantry, at which point you can swap out that PKM team for that Luftsturmjäger we were telling you about, right? And you can swap out Luftsturmjäger for one of these. Urns come at 2 vet for just no flipping reason. And then the air, like you need 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you could go down to 5 and then... Yeah, you need to do that, really. You need to get rid of some... Yeah, go down to 5. It hurts, but 5's the minimum. And then you get 4 clusters. And you also get... Those are 1-point slot. The Escortini. Because you just fire long-range missiles and then piss off. It's very, very funny. And then you can swap one of these out for 3. If you want more CVs, you can get, you know, this or that. 3 HP sucks, but the other ones are 4. Or you can get this, which is also 4. Get it in a helo, and then you can get it into a zone fast for 90 points. It's not bad. Because, I mean, if the... Like, look how many of these there are here. This is very silly. So that's 18 plus 13 plus 12 even. What? Plus 12, 18 plus 12 is 30. Quick maths. Whoa, that was close. You don't need 30 of these. There you go. Wow, problem solved. Or, you know, with that being a 3-point slot, you could... Yeah, you could just... Why, if you really want your tanks, you can do it that way, right? Anyway, let's cast the game. Right, so with that out of the way, as you know from the deck reviews, the 6Y player has gone heavy on the tanks, and he's only brought one card of the Lufty-Landy, or the Luftsturmjäger, and he's only got one card of the MiG-21 BIS clusters. He hasn't brought the rocket plane, so that's an interesting way to build the div. Lufty-Landy is a lot worse, but on this map, with the good sides, with the forward deployment, he's got a chance. And he's got forward deployed AA. So I sure hope his enemy doesn't do a helo rush because they'll all die to the forward deployed AA. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? He's only brought... Oh, he's brought 2. So, looking at the deployments, we got 2 recon helos, right? And they're armed and they do more DPS than an autocannon because it's just broken. And then a bunch of these urns, which come at 2 vet for free, which is also broken. Really dumb div. Yeah, it's really silly. Then 3 MI8s dropping at the back. I mean, that's... This is a BM opener, man. And then BMP1 there, BMP1 here. Not much on the right at all. I guess he just doesn't care for it. He's opening with his fighters wrong. You want to put them both on one side. And for whatever reason, I suppose he's expecting fighters. I guess he doesn't know that these guys get forward deployed AA, but there it is. He should do. He's got a lot of games, this guy. He played 1,000 games in the last ranked season. It was a lot. Anyway, his opponent, the TheTeethThief, Fallschirmjäger B1 with the forward deployed 20mm at 2 vet. And same here. Although, you know, these could get to here, right? Because you got the forward deployment. Your opponent doesn't have any on 6Y. And you got the AA in case he tries to helo thingy. So this Scharfschütze could have gone here. And then that... Well, yeah, because the Milan's going there anyway. So why are you... Why are you disembarking before this? Don't you need to make sure that it gets there? It's going to get there anyway, because there's nothing really coming for it. M40A1. Yeah. And then the cheapo CV's 40 points per CV, whereas these are 70. And then for the right side, we got a sharpshooters, so some infantry, 4 forward deployed AA guns, 2 machine guns, 3 machine guns on a Milan 2, and a Leopard 1. Thing is, right, you need to make sure you get here, which he is doing, so. Because if the enemy gets to here, you just kind of lose. Let's cast the game. Right, so it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get the names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. 1 join at the lowest levels worth 2,000 views. I would not be sending your fighter out into that. I guess he couldn't see it, right? Now he's noticed he's leaving, which is very intelligent. I was shilling, he interrupted my shilling. Channel joiners, keeping me in house and home, etc, etc. Alternatively, please just like the video, it's free. Oh, first hit with 38% ECM. Watch the rest of them miss now, unironically, because the guns will get him. He should have just evac that as soon as he saw the 3 fighters. Anyway, big funnies going on here with the AA. He needs to unload this. What the hell is he doing? Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. These could be hiding behind the buildings. I appreciate there's a lot to do, but you know, if you don't want to lose. So yeah, it's an absolute slaughter. Everybody's dying. Massive deaths, massive deaths. I wish this game had graphs, you know. Pick it up, convinced that he can just overwhelm these if he sends enough urns in. Decides to lose the last 2 urns as well. This didn't land. That looked like it was landing. Did he try and land it on the forest? He must have done, and then it was just like, oh, can't land there, mate. Or maybe this guy got him or something, who knows. So that was an unmitigated disaster for Red. I really can't stress that enough. I mean, he just lost basically all his units. This can get up here now. Cracker's coming around the side. He wants an ATGM. Well, he needs to reinforce this. Well, I suppose he needs to reinforce this as well. So yeah, the Milan 2's going here. Yeah, forward deployed. This is why you bring him at 2 vet, by the way. This is per bullet, 20% accuracy per bullet. So if you're firing salvos of 6, the difference between it being at 1 vet and being at 2 vet is a lot. The chance of it hitting at least once in that first salvo is very, very high if you 2 vet it. Because it's got a base accuracy of 10%, whereas the Zwillinger has a base accuracy of 20%, which is why it's broken. But this can become a pseudo Zwillinger by 2-vetting it, which is why I tell everybody to do it, and it looks like that's helped this guy here. Hopefully he got it from me, so I can take credit. Credit is nice to have. So, +1 for blue, soon to be a +2. Does have to sort this out, you know, and get some more guys in everywhere. The M40s are nice for just kind of padding stuff out. But yeah, you should get one in here. I don't think he's noticed what's happening to him here. And like, this isn't going to be able to shoot, is it? So, it does have a nice long reload on it. Leopard 1s can survive the Conkers, but not the Conkers M. I think he's making a bit of a mistake here, aggressively pushing. Obviously, you can't see what we see. I understand, okay, the enemy's just lost, you should push. But you're against 6 wire, which is a completely broken division, and you've got both zones, so why not just defend a bit? Alternatively, like, given that this has satchels, he could have put it in here, right? And he could have sent the drone out first to see what's there. I was thinking, like, does he have a recon helo? So yeah, the Brits used one of these as well, like the predecessor to it, but they don't get it. Because, get fucked Lamau. They did nerf the hidden ECM on this to 20% from 50, but it's still hidden. There's no way to tell. It doesn't say anywhere. Oh, man. So yeah, you see it. The guns are better against it, basically, than the missiles. The Spag kills them quite quickly, but it's really dumb how, like, Gepards don't shoot drones and stuff like that. I think it's very silly. People say, oh, but then people will use them for target saturation. Yeah, you mean exactly what they do right now in the real war. Can't have that. Too realistic. What a joke. Oh, dear. Anyway, 6Y trying to reconstitute itself. He bought a T64 BV. This is where the T55As would have come in handy, because obviously you can get, you know, like 3 of those out for the same price. But blue was in no condition to push. He basically just didn't have any units. Like these, yeah, they take a long time to get anywhere. But something like this, yeah, you can just send them around the side and be a pain in the ass. I think it's very funny. Typically, you want to bring like one of these loaded in a car with it, and then you, if it gets hit by a helo, you just unload it. But the guy bought all 6 of his urns at the start, and he doesn't have any other armed helos. Milan 2's coming in now, the Fliegerfaust and the MGs. Yeah, the MG is great for... Oh, and in the deck review, we were talking about Milan 1s, right? Where I was like, instead of 2 cards of Milan 2s, you could get a card of Milan 1s, and in this kind of situation, you can fill a town much faster with cheaper units, right? Because it's basically 1 Milan 1, 1 MG for the same price as a Milan 2, which, you know, might not seem consequential, but it is. So yeah, he's bought a Gepard now. Or 3. So yeah, okay, he's doing it. He's doing the thing. He's doing the thing. He's got the guys going in. The Fliegerfaust. Yeah, it's good to get up here. Get some recon up there, then you can see. Sorry I keep scratching my face. I really need to trim this crap down. It's doing my head in. It's just, religiously it's good for me to grow a beard, so what happens is I grow it for 2 weeks, I get really flippin' annoyed, and then I shave it off. And then the cycle starts again. So, this will eventually run into that. Just, it can't see it at the moment, and this is on return fire, so it's not shooting back. This'll be interesting. He's put it too close, though. He should have left it here. Because of where he's put it, he'll shoot it in the front armor instead of in the side, right? If he put it there, we'd get it on the side. Oh, it might still be a side shot. No, I think it was a front shot, but it got a crit. And he'll see it much quicker because he was too close. Whereas here, he'd still be able to engage, I think. Yeah, it's dead. But, you know, he did a decent amount of damage to T64B, right? Jiatsin, very annoying. He's got to move your stuff constantly. And yeah, Lufty Landy, it wins the opener, and then it just stacks up with 10 Gorillion people. If he gets the ATGM off first, you want to drive behind this building rather than just hoping he misses you. Although with 35% accuracy, he misses you. So yeah, getting a couple more guys in here would be cool. Even like a tank, like one of those, a couple of those Novet tanks, you put them like here, and then when they come down, you just shoot them in the side. It's a lot of fun. Whoa, that was a juicy side shot. You might kill this. It's not smoking or anything. What a horror show. Why doesn't he have an ATGM in here? Crazy. Just not paying attention. Too bamboozled, and without the T55A, the T55As, he's forced to buy T64Bs, which just doesn't make any sense. He should, basically, if you're picking up in this situation, you have to accept that, okay, I've lost both of these towns. I need to, I mean, for starters, it's a very difficult situation to be in, losing the opener that badly. But yeah, you can't be sending stuff here. You gotta just send, like, maybe have like a unit here and a unit here, just to make sure they don't get past you, to this zone. But you need to send everything here and sort it out, rather than buying these expensive tanks and losing them. But you can tell he's tilted. I mean, he's making so many mistakes now with these T64Bs. You got the M109G. We spoke about this in the deck review. So basically, it's self-propelled, so you don't die to counter battery. And I always tell people to prefer the self-propelled ones, so they don't die to counter battery. But it's got 10 kilometers less range than the towed version, and it fires. Its rate of fire is 1 less per minute. So for Lufty Landy, I preferred the towed version, even though it's worse, right? Even though you lose so much momentum. Well, okay, even though you lose micro by having to micro it the whole game. It's just the firepower is just so much better that it's very hard to justify bringing the self-propelled one. You can still do it, and you'll get counter-batteried less with the self-propelled one, right? And the tax on your micro is much less, because you can just shift Q the move and shoot orders, right? But you got less firepower, less maximum firepower, so it's up to you. It's a decision we all must make. But I see a lot of top players bringing the toad ones and then losing them to me, killing them. Hello. Blimey, that aimed fast. So he needs to reverse right now. Reverse or die. No, he gave it an attack move order to the side, so it starts turning and it dies. Whereas if you'd given it a reverse, it would have gone straight backwards. Or forwards, straight forwards, but, you know, reverse tends to be better, unless there's trees behind you. In which case, you have to go forwards. So, we got the smoke out for the Fallschirmjäger. The idea is good, right? The airborne smoke push with 21 AP, AT, the Panzerfaust 3. Do, re, mi. And as you can see on the front armor, this thing does 1 damage. So he needs to... Yeah, he smoked too late there. The shot was already away. So it hits him through the smoke. He needs to get in a building, I think. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, there's too much shooting at him there. Smoke's fading, etc. Ooh, it's got smoke. So it's got time to... Okay, now it should smoke, right? Because he's just done the thing. Guess he should have stayed in that building. That was on the Spetsgrupper. He takes that out. Good push from Blue. It's good to keep attacking. But he would have been better off pushing here. Get that cracker and just send it down the road. Oh, there's nobody. That's what it's for. That's why you bought it. It's like there's some came down here and they did a bit. But if he'd come all the way down this road, he would have got this. He turned here, right? If he'd gone all the way down, he'd get the arty eventually. But yeah, this you. Oh, he's doing it. You just send it down. Oh, there's nobody there. You'd expect Pick It Up to have put, so I suppose this is, yeah, he's doing the thing, 2 units. I don't watch these ahead of time, it's just there is an optimum way to do things, and if you play enough, you know what it is, so... Tends to be... And generally, a lot of people watch my videos, so they come to similar conclusions to me, because I've usually told them to do X, Y, Z. Which is, you know, I like the attention, so that's nice. It's rubbish for tournaments and stuff though, because everybody knows what I'm going to do, so I always do a lot worse than I feel I would if I didn't have the channel. But that's a very, very small price to pay. So thank you, do appreciate it. So yeah, that guy had a lot of HP. You just had to retreat him behind the house. You got to press this twice, or better yet, bind a hotkey, and then you just click behind it and go in the thing. I actually have it off by default now because my heavy tanks kept getting side shot and it was doing my head in. Bunch of leopard ones. You don't want to blob them too much because one round will suppress all of them, and also they push each other like that, you see, and they all start showing their side armor and stuff, so... There you go. Oh, he killed the thing, and now he's in. These went up by 5% accuracy in the last patch. All recoilless rifles got 5% more accurate, so that's cool. Yeah. Getting through this thin bit's always hard. You don't have to bother, really. I mean, you can if you want. And you see the good stealth here, like there's no recon here. The only recon was the Spetsgrupper. And he was in a good spot, but he died, so... Uh-oh, looks like there's nobody here. So now he can send the... He should send some AA. He should definitely be sending the Gecko. Uh-oh. Triple kill. Completely avoidable triple kill there. I was gonna say, there's no way that gets out. Oh, if only he'd spread out more. But yeah, he needs to send the Gepard, because... Well, I suppose... This guy doesn't have any helicopters left, but usually in a game you wouldn't be counting, right? Or at least you wouldn't be accurately counting. You might get it wrong. And... My head is just so big. So Gepard's coming now. Can use a road, you know. Interesting. And yeah, you could have like loaded this up with this, put this in there, and then sent, because he's not got any infantry to blow stuff up. It's really nice that he's done that though. A lot of people, they just don't bother. They don't think dynamically. This is like the narrowest map in the game because of the water, right? And people, they just don't think. So here's your PKT that has more damage than an autocannon. Against infantry, anyway. And as you can see, it's kind of melting this guy with its... I mean, it's obviously so easy to aim this. It's just so fucking stupid. So I think he's using the road now for part of the journey. Could get another smoke mortar. Milan 2 got sniped. So he buys 2 more. Could get another smoke mortar. It's the most powerful part of the strat, especially like, so you smoke here, and then this guy just runs in, satchel, 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 everybody's dead. Because the RPOs... Well, I don't know, I suppose the RPO would still get him. But yeah, the adder just got everybody. So if only he'd sent the Gepards with the initial push. Big sad. Need to spread out a bit, don't want to get messed up like last time. Bailed out there. This is out of supply, really. These are coming for not the build out thing. This could get to it, but I think you need to put 500 supply into it to make it work. And yeah, these things work in the forests. They should have a 350 meter minimum range, really, but it is what it is. This has smoke, as does this. They've all got smoke. You can smoke. He chooses death. Twice. What's going on? Why aren't they shooting? He's not giving them an order. That must be the auto cover or something. That's why I have it turned off, even though it means that like most of my guys are never in buildings and stuff. So yeah, this got sorted, which is a shame. But, you know, the fact that stuff's going here means stuff isn't going here. The T-64s are a bit of an issue, and yeah. You'd probably expect this one to die as well if he doesn't move. Cracker Milan claims another victim. Like, this can go up to here, for example. And yeah, this has been thwarted now. So back to a +2, which is still plenty. Getting the Spetsgrupper, it's a good target. And yeah, basically those cheap tanks that he sent down here to die, if instead he'd sent them through here, yeah, they go a lot slower, right? But the idea is you just kind of poke out here and bam, 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 and then go back in and heal and come back out, and if this guy gets to here, then you can really start side-shotting them and stuff, so don't be afraid of doing this. See, look, he moved. Thing is, Pick It Up is infamous for using the sound exploit. Basically, you stick your face in the ground and you can hear stuff. They implemented the code to fix it, but they set the distance to like 5 kilometers or something, so you can still do it. It just means you can't hear the enemy arty at the back of the map, but the stuff that's close to the front lines, you can still hear it. But yeah, if you ask him about it, he admits to it. He's like, well, because they didn't fix it properly. He's like, well, the game gives me this tool. I mean, I don't really blame him. I don't do it myself, but if they had an opportunity to fix it and they half-assed the fix, then that tells you that they wanted it to be like that, I guess. Does make you lose games, though, if you just, where's that thing, where's that thing, meanwhile your opponent is blowing up all your stuff. Yeah, he knows this one's here because it just shot. Yeah, putting these here was a bit weird, really. I mean, you could have put them in here. And also, where are the Jaguar 2s? Ah, okay. Great minds think alike, eh? Because the Jaguar 2 can survive a hit from this. And the RT and so on. Get this behind that building. Good smoke, good smoke. Oh, no, you need to keep moving, mate. You need to get into that building. Or into this building. Don't just sit there in the open. Yeah, he's figured it out. No, what? Oh, he got... No, okay. What the fuck is he doing? He got the Tunguska, though. It's just the smoke's fading, so he's going back before the grenade launchers kill him. But if he'd gone forwards, he would have got this. He would have killed this. That'd be dead. And this would be getting shot, so he'd have to smoke him back. Big sad. But you see the power of the smoke plus, you know, unit with satchels, or smoke plus unit with good AT. Very effective. See that with the Spanish Bueno div on my Bueno div guide. You see a lot of that. So, wow, it's some. Well, I suppose it wouldn't actually. This has 21 pen on it. If it hit. You see he's moving the mortars. You see the power of the Jaguar 2s. It's interesting that the Agona would actually one-shot him. The Cobra wouldn't. And yeah, Blue just keeping the pressure on. If he had just sat there, he probably would have lost. Because Red would be able to reconstitute himself and get back in the game. Whereas if he keeps the pressure up, you got to make sure you don't feed, right? And this was also very good. It's a shame he didn't put more into it. He could have held on to that for another couple of minutes and the game would be over now, but it's a practice thing, it's hard. But basically, he had a Gepard that should have gone with the initial push. It was the same speed as the other thing, it's tracked, so it would have got there at the same time. And he had a Fallschirmjäger here, which has been doing nothing all game, so he could have loaded that into there and just sent it in. Would have held on to it for another couple minutes at least on a +6. Here we go, Cracker's doing good work here. He could go for the arty. That's what they're for, that's why you get them. It's already at 2 vet. He got a buck missile. And yeah, pick it up, either surrenders or runs out of time. So yeah, good play from TheTeethThief. They reset the ladder, right? But this guy's got 2,400 games, rank 39. This guy's got 600 games, rank 276. So there you go. You watch Hippie YouTube videos, you tend to win. These always bring these at 2 vet. The forward deployed ones on Lufty Landy. Get that 20% accuracy. You saw how much damage they were doing. You don't need that many of them. It's like 10 at 1 vet, 7 at 2 vet, or it might be 7-5, something like that. You saw how effective it was at that 2 veterancy. Do let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. GG.